Hi, I'm Alex, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Mac Studio display and using it as a non-creative. In my case, specifically a professional who has a business who classes this as a business expense. This device with the tilt adjustable stand costs about £1,900, and the simple answer to is it worth it is no. It's not worth, in my opinion, £1,900 as a non-creative. If you're looking for a computer for basic home use or as a student, I wouldn't look at the Mac Studio display. However, am I returning this device? No, I'm not. If you'd like to see what it is and why this device works well enough for me that I'm not returning to Apple, then please watch the video. I'm going to split this video into several different timestamps that you can click on below me now if you want to look at a specific part. With that said, let's get on with the video. So the display seemed like the only place I could start the discussion about the Mac Studio display. However, if you're looking for any detailed analysis, please go and look elsewhere, as I'm not a creative, but I'm just going to give you my opinion from a professional's perspective. It's a very nice 5K display. It's 27 inches, which is the size I've been using for years. I think it's the perfect mix of one monitor, being able to get numerous things on the display. I'm very happy with the size. I think it looks brilliant. However, when you're looking at Word documents, when you're looking at spreadsheets, when you're looking at the internet or whatever you're looking, even YouTube videos, I can't say that there's a massive night and day difference between a decent display and the Apple Studio display. The 5K resolution is great and will make a difference to some people, but actually I'm using it in exactly the same resolution as the 4K display. Because of my eyes, I prefer things to be a little bit bigger. So what am I going to say with regard to the display quality? It looks great, but so do lots of other displays out there. You might be interested in my current setup and what I'm looking to change and move away from. So for the last couple of years, I've been using an HP IPS 4K display, which is also 27 inches. Now that doesn't have an internal webcam, so I've been using a Logitech Streamcam, which has a microphone built in and a very decent webcam, at least in my opinion. And sound-wise, it has no speakers, but I've been using the WH-1000 XM4 Sony headphones, and interestingly, I've just got the XM5s, which I might cover on the channel at a later date. As well, the Mac Studio that I'm pairing this to does have usable speakers inbuilt. So that's my current setup. Recently, I've been having some glitching issues with that monitor, which at times has made the monitor really difficult to use. It's been really frustrating and has taken quite a bit of time up. Now, with that old adage of time is money, that's one of the reasons I'm looking to try and use the Apple Studio display. It's the confidence in that I'm not going to have any glitching and it will just work. So that's what I've been using for quite some time, and in the main I've been very happy with it until more recently with that glitching issue. What about the webcam and mic? That was one of the things that attracted me to the Studio display, and I've done a comparison of a few different things. The Logitech Streamcam, which I've been using for quite some time, the inbuilt camera in the Mac Studio display, the inbuilt microphone in the Mac Studio display, the inbuilt microphone in the Logitech Streamcam, and I've got a Rode microphone, which is quite an expensive microphone. I'm using that just to the left of me here to film this now. I quite like the quality. Now I'm going to put these up on screen now so you can hear and see the difference. This is me using the Logitech Streamcam with its built-in internal microphone. This is how I look and this is how I sound. This is me using the Studio display camera and a Rode microphone to compare the audio quality difference. So this is a test of using the Mac Studio camera and microphone. This is what I look like and what I sound like in my normal office environment. So a few days after I filmed my last test videos, Apple has just released a software update for the Mac Studio display that should improve the camera quality, and I think it also aims to improve the microphone quality too. So with that said, this is a test of the new updated Mac Studio camera and microphone after the software update. Here are my thoughts on what you've just seen and watched, and you'll have your own thoughts. I'm actually really disappointed in the Studio Display's webcam. I mean, it's been publicised as being awful. I'm going to say it's even worse than I thought it would be. It can potentially be improved at the margin with some software updates, but I suspect it's never going to be that good. The mic as well, in my opinion, was worse not only than the Rode microphone, but also I thought the Logitech StreamCam microphone was marginally better, marginally clearer. However, from a practical perspective, is this webcam good enough for Zoom meetings, for day in, day out, just getting your image out there, just making life easier, just having an all-in-one display? Yes, I think it is. I think it's something that I'm happy to use, just have it all inbuilt in the system. It's frustrating for a premium device at this price. However, will it stop me from using that day in, day out? No, I don't think it will, but it's something you should be very aware of. And for, I think the Logitech StreamCam cost me about £75, you can easily upgrade that, but you shouldn't really have to on a device with a stand that's costing £1,900. I think the speakers in this machine are absolutely brilliant. The bass is really loud, really powerful, and the margin makes the desk just vibrate. It's very encompassing. One of the great things about this speaker is your positioning. It's got a spatial audio component, but because you're sat right in front of it, it really can separate the audio. I've tried a few different things, and I'm going to say having very good inbuilt speakers was one of the things that really did drive me to get this machine. The inbuilt Mac Studio speakers are usable but frustrating and tinny, and nothing I really want to use in anything but the short term. I can and do use headphones, and if you're in an office then speakers might be a non-issue because you'll be using headphones anyway. But if you're like me and you're in an environment where space is at a premium and the quality of the sound is important to you, for inbuilt speakers in a device that really isn't that thick at all, I've been extremely impressed. And whereas the webcam and to a certain extent the mic disappointed, the speakers surpassed my expectations. Build quality and aesthetics. Look, if you're spending anywhere near what Apple want to charge you for this Studio display, it isn't just about the performance. There's got to be an aesthetic bit, there's got to be something in your heart that says, I like the look of it. So I've got it sat on my desk right now, and it works perfectly with the Mac Studio. They're just that nice silver together. From behind, when I walk into the office, it just looks great. And even from the front, when you've got that silver stand next to the Mac Studio, they look like quality pieces of kit. In terms of feeling it and touching it, there are no creaks. It is solid. You have confidence in using it day in, day out. And from a build quality and aesthetics points of view, in my opinion, certainly from the aesthetics point of view, it is a very pretty monitor. Saying that, it's a black monitor when it's off, it's colourful when it's on, but it does give you that feeling in confidence in it lasting a long time, particularly in my case again, where I have had issues with my previous monitor. Space. Now, that is both the final frontier, if you watch enough Star Trek, and also a very big driver behind me keeping this device. So, although in looking through this video, it hasn't got the best webcam, arguably it's not got the best mics, the speakers are very good, but you could get better speakers if you really wanted to, and you could get a cheaper display and fix all of those issues. However, what's difficult to do, and there are other monitors that do all this, is get all of that in one nice, neat 27-inch package. In my personal use case, I'm very limited on space. The way my setup works is this here is my YouTube studio, and about 60 centimeters that way, maybe 90 centimeters that way, is my day in, day out work setup. I need to move a few things around, but just to the left of me there is the Mac Studio display. If I started to put speakers on the desk, put more things on, it does just take up space. And unusually, say I'm very tight on space, and other people will be as well. Just having that all in one makes life easier and does add value to me. So if space and getting all those things in one device, even if they're not necessarily the best of breed of everything, it is one consideration that really works for me, and is probably the primary driver for me keeping this display. The final thing is speed. Now, when I say speed, this is a 60 Hz display as opposed to 120 Hz, and there's all sorts of complaints about that. But again, if you're looking at Word, if you're looking at Excel, if you're looking at a web page that isn't moving, the speed of the monitor doesn't really move. However, when I click a button and the display is in standby, it is relatively instantaneous as to how quickly it comes on. Now that's worth mentioning because the old HP and I think a lot of other displays take an awful lot longer to come on. Now, an awful lot longer, and I'm going to give you an example of this, is only several seconds. But this can be several seconds a few times a day, and I really don't know why it needs to take any time at all. It's become a constant little niggling frustration, and the fact that the studio display just works and you just click it on, log straight in, really makes life that bit easier, that bit quicker. It's just how it should be. It just works and it links with the Mac Studio really well. So I just wanted to bring that up because it's become a personal frustration of mine, and this isn't an issue with the Mac Studio display. So, in summary, is it worth spending £1,900 or a little bit less on the Mac Studio display for a non-creative? No, it really isn't. Now, as a business expense, that reduces the practical cost for a lot of people to a certain extent, but do I think it's worth spending that money for most people as a business expense? No, I don't think it does. And if, having watched this video, you still think it does, bear in mind I am keeping this display and planning on using it day in, day out. I think you also need to factor in the cost of a psychiatrist because you might need your head testing. With that said, I'm going to have to end this video because my appointment with my psychiatrist as to why I'm keeping this display is going to come up soon. But in all seriousness, if you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, you might find my Mac Studio video, which I'll leave around me now, also of interest. Until next time, thanks for watching. I've been Alex.